So, Werewolves is one of those movies where I was pretty excited for it because it sounds pretty cool. Because it's like, what if the Purge night, but with werewolves? And I'm like, hell yeah, that sounds awesome. But the movie doesn't live up to its potential. So, we're going to talk about Werewolves. Werewolves is action horror, more action than horror, with a little bit of humor thrown in there. It stars Frank Grillo and Katrina Law, and yeah, so basically, a year ago, there was a supermoon, and 1 billion people turned into werewolves for 9 hours because that's how long I believe supermoons last for. Well, time has passed, and now people are like, oh, what's going to happen again? So let's prepare for the werewolves and the supermoon. And Frank Grillo plays a war veteran and a scientist. It's a little weird, but they're testing new chemicals to basically help prevent people from turning into werewolves. And yeah, it doesn't particularly work, and shit goes crazy. So, what did I like about this? Practical effects. A lot of the werewolves are practical, which is always a big W. I'll always champion for practical effects. I like that the werewolves have personality, specifically because, of course, when you transform, you of course keep like what you're wearing, and like there's like a punk rocker werewolf that has a mohawk because in human form he had a mohawk and he had green hair, so like the werewolf has a green mohawk. It's pretty cool stuff. I actually like that aspect a lot. It is pretty fun at times, like when there's gore flying and blood gushing, and like Frank Grillo is like just chewing out punny one-liners like bite this or chew on this or let's play fetch, stuff like that. It's funny. It's kind of cool. But yeah, outside of like the actual werewolf stuff, I didn't care for this that much, mainly because like the werewolf lore isn't very clear, and I found it odd that everyone can become a werewolf if they get like touched by the super moonlight. So like people have to like literally like hide indoors or like cover up if they go outside, or else they'll become a werewolf. I found that to be really odd. Like I thought it would be like a group of people that like enjoyed being a werewolf, so like they would try to become a werewolf, and then that's what started the chaos. But it's not that at all, and that kind of left me a little disappointed. It's never shown that like the werewolves fight each other, and like they just like being assholes and like causing chaos, and it's like wouldn't werewolves like these like primal creatures like fight each other? And it's a little odd that they like only hunt humans, but not my movie. And this film gave me a headache because there's a lot of strobing lights, like lights flashing, and there's a lot of lens flare, and like stylistically, lens flare can be pretty cool, but when it's used consistently in like almost every scene, it's real jarring and real frustrating to watch. I was like, this is just giving me a headache at this point. And there's some weird editing choices, like characters just like spawn in different locations. And there's a character that's pretty important to the movie, and like near like the hour mark they just get like drug off screen. And I was watching it with my brother, and I'm like, we were both like, are they gonna come back? Like, is this gonna be like a huge like gotcha, they're still alive? Because we never see them get killed, we never see anything really bad happen to them. They just get like drug off screen, and it's such a quick moment that like you don't even really know what happened. And that was a very odd choice. And the characters are so incompetent, mainly the one female lead, because you have like a year to prep for this, and like Frank Grillo is helping her prep for this, and he's like, here's this shotgun to protect yourself, and he only leaves her like 6 shotgun shells, and it's like, shouldn't you have left her like multiple firearms with a ton of ammunition? Because that seems a little counterproductive to basically be fighting werewolves with no bullets and no weapons, and like she just makes continuously bad choices throughout the movie. Like one of the scientist people's like, "Oh, don't make noise, don't like set off lights because like the werewolves are attracted to it." And then Frank Grillo's like talking to her the whole time while she's sitting in the center of the house with all the lights on. And it's like, if you want to be like secretive from the werewolves, wouldn't you shut off all the lights in your house and like hopes they pass you by? It's just incompetent stuff like that that like any like rational human being, even in a stressful situation, would figure out like, yo, don't make noise and turn off the light so they think no one's home. Like. But yeah, werewolves, it could have been better. The lore needed to be expanded, and it just needed to be more engaging and more fun and more clear. But yeah, is it bad? I don't think so. I think it's still a good time, especially if like you're with friends. Fun time. But would I rewatch this? Probably not. If I had friends over, like to have fun, sure. But alone, no, because there's not much to really chew on. No pun intended. But yeah, werewolves. It's a decent, fun time filled with good practical effects and fun werewolves. So, like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.